I was a DJ on the LGBT scene and ran a sort of gay night at Exeter Quay in a club called Boxes, and we ran it every Tuesday. So I would DJ and promote it actually for some of that time. And it must have been 2007 or 2006. I just finished DJing for about 200 LGBT people. It was a good night. And then the next day, I'm listening to Radio Devon, and the Bishop of Exeter said on the radio that he wouldn't support some LGBT legislation in the House of Lords because there were no gay people in Exeter. That's what his words were. And I was really shocked. I thought, well, I've just DJ'd for 200 LGBT people, and now he's cancelling us out as if there's none of us around. So I thought, what can we do? What can we do to show that there are LGBT people in the community and we're part of the community? So I went to Intercom, which is the Southwest LGBT charity, and spoke with Michael Halls. He was the director of it at that time, and said to him, look, we really need to do something to show that there are LGBT people in Exeter and just make it known. And I really wanted a parade down through the street like some of the other cities had a parade, like a Pride March. But we couldn't do that in those first few years. So we just held an event, and we did it at Exeter Phoenix and at Exeter Central Library. So we booked out the rooms and did this event, and that was the very first one. We tied it in with LGBT History Month, and that worked really well. So we had a speaker from LGBT History Month, did a panel discussion, we had various stalls, we had parachute games for the children, there was some art displayed on a stage. It was a good fun day. It was just nice. It wasn't very big, not like Pride has grown into now, but it was good, and we made a statement that we were there. We just set up a committee and then found out how you do this sort of thing. Yeah, it was a lot of investigation, talking to other Pride committees around the country, just finding out the information, how they do things, and talking to people like the City Council, County Council for road closures. Yeah, it worked very well. It must have been about the sixth or seventh one. We had a really large grant from Exeter City Council. They really did support it at the time, and it was a big grant, and that really helped us to establish it. So we were really fortunate there. But yeah, it's been good, and it's grown dramatically. We've had various committees, people coming and going, and so sometimes we'd find that the committees were really active, and we'd do fundraisers during the year, so that'd be people organising club nights and collections and jumble sales. We've done all sorts. We've had dog shows. We've done all sorts of fundraising events that are weird and wacky, but great fun to get people together. So that was great over the years. It was really welcomed. It was so important to the community because there wasn't very much then. There was like a couple of gay clubs and a couple of gay bars, but that was it. So there wasn't really the chance to meet or get together, and Pride helped with the awareness and meeting and education and information, so it really did help. I was surprised. I thought there would be lots of bad comments, but no, the press were keen to talk about it. We sent out lots of press releases, and that was favourable. Since we found social media, you get so many comments that are not very good. But at that time, back then, I suppose, social media was still in its infancy, if you would like. So it wasn't really full of comment. But yeah, it was good. And it made the statement that we wanted. So it wasn't until about 3 years later, maybe 4 years later, that we were actually able to have a march down through the street, and that was really special. It has been a fight for that LGBT legislation changes, same sex marriage, just equal rights, really, adoption of children. It's been little steps all the way along. And I think things like prides help promote that and those things at certain times. So they've focused on awareness and really helped people to understand that LGBT people are just normal people and a part of every community out there and every profession. So, yeah, it's been an education for people. That's what I like.